University of Montana student Reese Munoz finds refuge from the winter in the UC atrium.
Montana is beautiful, but it's not the greenest state, so here we are in this jungle.
You'd never find such greenery growing naturally in Montana, but in this controlled environment, it's kind of like visiting a warmer, more exotic place.
Mexico, Florida, South America, Africa, Asia.
As a high school student, Sean Helms took care of his school's apple orchard in Wenatchee, Washington. He became a landscaper. Now, managing these tropical, subtropical, and temperate plants and trees is a dream job.
Seeing some green and kind of letting your eyes relax a little bit is kind of the thing that most people notice right off the bat when they walk in the door.
The new gardens manager says he's learning a lot from Kelly Chadwick. Kelly retired after more than 37 years as manager. She says this unique atrium has always been a draw.
This is a perk for the school, for people's mental health. They're soothing, they're calming.
For years, professors have used the gardens for study.
It is a living laboratory.
She says studies show plants and nature help people absorb knowledge. Kelly knows every plant here. She planted a lot of them, like the dwarf fishtail palm.
It's called Cameodora metallica, and it's named because of the sheen on the leaf. And it's from southern Mexico. This is the Chinese fan palm. It would be great for a tiki bar party.
Kelly built this waterfall where Sean's daughter loves to feed the fish that live here.
I wanted the sound of water. I wanted the serenity of water, but I was hoping to increase humidity also.
Anybody who comes here often knows the fiddle leaf fig tree. When it was planted in 1972, it was 10 feet. Now it's 40 feet.
And when it got up to the light that it needed and required, it shot up.
The sago palm was donated.
They're from Japan, so this is a little bit cooler of a tropical area, but tropical nonetheless, and it does pretty good in here. These are an example of a prehistoric plant, fossils of the leaves that have been found.
So these are different type of cycads, kind of old plants in the fossil records.
They come from Central and South America. Here's the banyan pine from Australia.
The pine cones are the size of a soccer ball. This is a forest mahogany.
Take the elevator and it'll bring the plants and trees into full view shed. It's a smooth ride, climbing high till you can see the tops of the tallest plants stretching to find the sun.
And they grow better than we necessarily want them to sometimes.
Up high you'll find a plant in full color. It's beautiful, but don't touch.
That's a crown of thorns. It's a type of euphorbia, so it's a succulent.
This plant's a bromeliad called a silver vase. It grows on trees. In the center of the plant is a kind of vase where frogs can live.
That holds rainwater, and they can be a very important plant for natural wildlife.
This one's called a flaming sword. When it blooms, its flowers will be bright red.
This is a bush lily, or a clivia lily.
It's a showstopper. Kelly says students from southern states or tropical countries especially love the atrium. It's international.
It's important for them to be near those plants. It makes them feel at home.
Sean wants to keep Kelly's visions alive and growing, and eventually he'd like to put his own spin in the gardens.
My spin would be, I find curious plants interesting, so like plants that move or carnivorous plants and things like that. So that's probably where I would start kind of carving out my own space.
When it gets warm outside the University Center, you will see plants that thrive in Montana's climate. Kelly has developed these seasonal gardens for North American native plants.
The theme for those were first medicinal plant gardens. I gradually added more of the forbs and perennials, and so there's areas that reflect those different regions.
Crews are already prepping for a new season, so here you will see mostly ornamental and medicinal plants.
It's just going to be a flood of color. It's going to be beautiful.
Not quite tropical, but uniquely Montana. Kevin Mackey, NBC, Montana.